don't usually do this, but I feel I should warn you that this is one of the longest intros I've ever seen. It goes on for another 6 minutes from here. It's presented well, and has some fun art and plot information. But if you'd rather skip to the beginning of the actual video, just go to this timestamp here. If not, enjoy the piratey nonsense.
It is late in the Second Era, a time of war, as the empire of Tiber Septim sweeps through the kingdoms of Tamriel in a glorious bid for conquest. Septim is opposed on all sides, but never more fiercely than by Hammerfell, the ancestral home of the Redguards. The High King of Hammerfell, Thasard II, resists the imperial invasions even as he sees other kingdoms crumble, until at last, without warning and surprisingly devoid of court treachery, death takes its full measure. With its High King dead, Hammerfell is crippled, plunging into a bloody civil war between the crowns, fighting for their homeland's continued sovereignty, and the forebears, who have finally accepted the Emperor's rule. The crowns, led by the heir to Thasard, Prince Ator, are continually victorious, spilling the blood of the forebears across Hammerfell's sands. From his seat of power in the port city of Stros M'Kai, Prince Ator slowly reunites his father's unraveled kingdom. Feeling their impending defeat, the forebears sign a pact with the Emperor, allowing him to bring his armies in, crush the crowns, and rule Hammerfell as his own. Tiber Septim's armies prove too much for the proud Redguard crowns. Tiber Septim sends his best commander, Lord Richten, to Stros M'Kai to close the grip on Prince Ator and the crowns. The prince rallies his forces for one last stand. Knowing that Hammerfell's sovereignty is at stake, the crown forces match the might of the Empire, meeting them in the harbor of Stros M'Kai for the final battle. The fighting is fierce. Lord Richten, having seen the prince's victories at sea before, decides to bring his last resource to the fore. The dragon, Nathalilagus, proud jewel of the imperial crown. Ator commands his archers to ready their weapons, but is struck down himself by Richten's assassin, felled by an arrow whose poison spreads too fast. Ator's wizard attempts to save the prince, but the dragon ends his magic and the crown's hope for victory in a single fiery breath. Having conquered the crowns, the Emperor's forces claim rule over all of Hammerfell. Imperial garrisons are stationed at every city, and Richten himself is named provisional governor of Stros M'Kai. Months pass. The Redguards of Hammerfell, both crown and forebear, learn to live under the new imperial rule, and Tiber Septim extends his reach into the rest of Tamriel. It is only through fate that any of this will come to concern our hero, Cyrus, a Redguard who long ago left Hammerfell to wander the borderlands of the Empire.
Krimië, Cyrus, eto verwakheidser okodor.
Let's make this short, Sarathra. I've got work to do.
Balizihataratami. Sicho.
I leave with Duardine's men in an hour.
Renrigi intnor. Hoko o imperial ja. Iko pofam rotot velk.
You should know you got me the job.
Tragir. Sratra kol kotero to Hammerfell. Boshe in rot.
The seal is broken.
Sratra warega.
Yeah, I bet you were.
Nukodwadin. Sratra X. Sratra X Kyle.
Izara.
Lolita dek kaudor.
I need a ship.
To board the koi Sratra Nakovik Warabarashi.
Money, too.
Sridwadin ja. Epako ja srik. Pur Sratra kadoaliter beko.
We haven't spoken in 10 years. There was trouble.
Kakatar.
I killed her husband.
Hammerfell's prodigal son, Cyrus, returns to the province of his birth. He buys passage to the island of Stros M'Kai in the hopes of rescuing his sister, Izab.
Get below is what the pilot said to the wet-eared knaves before him.
The Restless League is claiming this cargo,
Said the other with cruel clarity.
Probably wouldn't make a difference if I told you I had no time for this.
This is about Redguard armor, boy. Stand aside.
Yes, a doubtful notion it is. Piracy and politics. But there you have it.
Never been much for politics. In my day, piracy was honest work.
Don't be a hero, boy.
Where's the money in that?
And yea, verily, by his bravery they were impressed for a scant few seconds.
And we're in! My god, that was a long one, even compared to usual on the show. I'll do the intro in a second. I need to get through this fight. Oh god. Oh no! What do I do? That's jump.
No!
Get him off the side.
He thinks to himself, I'm over.
Yes! Oh, that wasn't quite what I wanted, but it'll do. Oh god, I've made a horrible mistake by rebinding the controls before I knew what it would be like.
Cyrus,
Captain, good to see you back in command.
please call me Brennan. You disposed of those ruffians so quickly, I had no time to retrieve my sword from my cabin.
You're wearing it.
So, look, over there.
Music's also very loud. I'll fix all of this in a second. It's all starting very quickly. Leave me alone.
Let us move on before more show up.
I hope this letter finds your hands, friend. My latest travels have brought me to Stros M'Kai, and no one here has seen your sister for 3 months. I fear the worst. I feel obligated to stay for a few weeks. I'll be at the Dragon Tail Inn should you return. Tobias.
And we're in! Welcome to Redguard, the Elder Scrolls Adventures. Did I just get a frame drop there turning around? This is a game from 1997. That shouldn't be happening. Also, I've turned down the music and the options. It didn't really seem to do anything, so maybe the options just don't work. The Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard is an action-adventure game by Bethesda Softworks. You all know who Bethesda are. It's rare on this channel for me to play a game where the company involved is even still in existence, let alone as huge as Bethesda. Quick recap, they're a huge game developer and publisher, founded in 1988. Their first game was Wayne Gretzky Hockey, which surprised me, and they quickly became known for the Elder Scrolls series, starting in 1994 with Arena. They picked up Fallout in 2008 when the original owner Interplay went under, and went on to buy Arcane, id Software, and others through their umbrella companies ZeniMax. In 2021, they were acquired by Microsoft in their evil quest to monopolize everything related to games on the PC. Bethesda's latest in-house release was 2023's sci-fi epic Starfield, which continues a general downward trend in the quality of their developed games. That last bit's an opinion, obviously. I am a huge Elder Scrolls fan. I would consider them my comfort games. I love them, despite their many flaws and variations in quality over the years. And yet I've never played this one, because nobody has. I've heard mixed things, and I'm excited to give it a go. Oh my god, what just happened? Out of texture? This scene is too complex? What are you talking about? Are you joking? What do you mean it was too complex? This is feeling like it could be a botched recording already.
Please call me Brennan.
I can't skip these. And it's still so loud. Don't look at anything, face a wall, whatever it takes. Just stand here for a second while I do the intro. Be good. Maybe there's a reason nobody's played this. Don't bring out your sword. Hello, old man.
Ahoy there, sailor. Can I have a word with you? Greetings, stranger.
What can I do for you, friend?
The question is, what can I do for you? The young stranger in town, fearless, footloose, and fancy-free, a little light of purse, perhaps? I have a proposition that may appeal, but first allow me to introduce myself. Kataro, contractor of Stros M'Kai, at your service.
Cyrus. Charmed.
I don't care about anything you have to say. I'm interested in saving my sister.
I wonder if you know my sister, Izara. I've come to Stros M'Kai to find out what's happened to her.
I'm afraid I don't know her. I'm just a simple working man. You might
Hey!
try Drekius up at the Dragon Tail. Pretty
This
much
is what
everyone
everybody
in Stros M'Kai
sounds
passes
like
through his
here.
door eventually.
In Stros M'Kai? What is this dragon tale? It sounds like a children's cartoon from the 80s.
I'm supposed to meet a friend at the Dragon Tail. Can you direct me?
It's the only watering hole in town. Follow the ramps uphill to the town square. Bit of friendly advice, watch your step. The forebears are a touchy lot these days.
One bear would be touchy enough. 4 of them seems like a nightmare.
A friendly local lizard. Not that I have anything against him. Or her. Or whatever. Can't ever tell with those Argonians.
NB Icon?
Runs the Dragon Tail, the tavern on the town square.
I love Argonians. They're one of my favorite things about the Elder Scrolls. I love a lizard. I'm very eager to see if this lizard has breasts. Not for the reasons you might expect. I've also just placed his voice. This is the guy who does all of the Redguards in Oblivion. And Morrowind, possibly?
Hey, sailor.
Are you my sister?
Ladies say you must be new in town. Besides, Fiona would have remembered you.
Cyrus, at your service.
Is this going to be like Shenmue, where I'm just going to ask the same question to everybody and get exactly the same response?
Zara, yes. I see the family resemblance. Can't say I know her, though. She was all caught up in them troubles we had when the young prince was killed.
I should probably say, this is an adventure game. This isn't really an Elder Scrolls game. I mean, it is an Elder Scrolls game, obviously. It's got Elder Scrolls-y kind of stuff in it already. But it's not your typical Elder Scrolls experience, which is maybe why nobody's played it. And it's why I wanted to do this video on it, exploring my first impressions.
We'll talk later. Be careful.
You didn't tell the men to be careful, Cyrus. Are you a little bit of a sexist? I don't know if this looks good or bad for 1997, but there's a reason for that we will get onto later, I'm sure. Immediately...
Lad?
Shut up. Immediately the controls are a little bit off because it's more of an adventure game. I am controlling this entirely with the keyboard, there's no mouse. Oh my god, that noise is so horrible. It does that when transitioning sounds. Shut up! In order to move, left, right, forward, back, I use the arrow keys. In order to interact with things, I've rebounded to E because that feels more comfortable. Or is draw my sword, that also is a rebind, I think that feels more comfortable. Initially I was using WASD in the opening fight, that's why it was going so bad, because I was using WASD to move and then E to fight. Misunderstood how much of an action game this is gonna be. What do you want?
Hello, my name is Cyrus.
And mine is Trithic, lad.
I like your mustache. Why did you speak to me? I assumed you were going to talk first. What? You just came up to say hi?
I'm looking for my sister Izara.
The music
Perhaps
is
you've seen her.
wildly inappropriate right now.
I do not know the name, but so many have been lost since the dragon arrived.
She went missing about 3 months ago.
If she was with the Crowns, I would count her among the casualties. Richton's slaughter was elegant only in its thoroughness.
I don't know if she was or not. I don't know what her politics were. I need to turn this down in my own ears, sorry. Normally, I keep my volume up about 40%. That is killing me right now.
The ship that brought me here was beset upon by some rascals called the Restless League. What do you know about them?
They were the necessary cancer of a nation divided and at war, grown at the borders where the kingdom's skin is most contested by the foreign sword.
Everybody's very eloquent in this
whose
town.
names are all too often breathed in hate.
That
Don't
doesn't
believe
really
them too
tell
wrong,
me that
for
much,
even
I'll
the
be
prince
honest.
had their ear.
What's this dragon you were talking about? I mean, we saw it in the opening cutscene, but explain the dragon situation. Is it here? I assumed the dragon pissed off after the fight, but apparently not.
This dragon, an imperial metaphor, perhaps?
Banner
No, it's a
and
dragon.
Young Redguard. Seek the old quarter if you want to see the handiwork of both.
I mean, that is such an esoteric response. Is this a real dragon or is it a symbol?
Banner and bone, young one.
Are you a Dark Souls NPC?
Sometimes a symbol is worth more than flesh.
Perhaps I should speak to this Richten then.
Spoken true, my boy. But I'd advise against it. The Imperials suffer no Redguards in the palace, unless you're forebear, and you walk on too few legs to be that.
I don't know precisely what that means. I imagine it's an insult that they crawl because they're obsequious, but it could be that they are incredibly well endowed.
Throne defilers all, hosts to the invader, and Hunding's shame.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe that's a friend for later, I don't know. Does this look like an inn? There's a sign at least. Can I read the sign? Oh, I can, sort of. I should bring that up. I'm sure it'll come up as a little fun fact later, but there are 2 different versions of this game that both run at wildly different resolutions. I'm playing the one that I already own, so I think it's the lower resolution one, but that's fine. It's ancient anyway, who cares? If Elder Scrolls lore serves me well, this is where I'll find some Khajiit at some point, offering ware for coin. Hello, friend. No, you might not be a friend. You are a cop. What was that? A snake charmer? I should say, this is a game about black people, made by, I assume, considering it's Bethesda in the 90s, a group of all white people. So let's see if this gets weird at any point.
He looks a little preoccupied.
Okay, never mind. He's too busy playing with his snake. Who up charming they snake into the bell tower? And I'm just gonna break into a place. Normally, in an Elder Scrolls game, I have no problem breaking into places. This feels already a lot more like an adventure game than an RPG. So I want to follow the story. I'm gonna give it a fair chance and meet the game on its own terms. I know it looks very dated and very pixelated. It looks quite nice. I've always said art direction matters more, at least to me, than graphical fidelity. You can have all the graphical fidelity in the world and still make something look incredibly boring. Compare this to Starfield, honestly. This looks a lot more interesting. Established 284C. Despite being a huge Elder Scrolls fan, I'm a little bit murky on the years. I'm not actually 100% sure when this is taking place. Morrowind might be like 490 or something like that. Or Skyrim might be the 490, so it's probably a while ago. I mean, Tiber Septim's alive. Sorry if this is nerd nonsense. I'm gonna try and keep this relatively legible. What do you want? You're drunk and we're wearing the skinniest jeans I've ever seen.
Was the greatest of these the fat one-eyed lady with sweet-smelling knees?
I've never smelled a knee. Even my own. I assume they smell completely neutral. That's a long fade in from black. Did it take you that long to load the interior? It's interesting, this looks a lot like Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. A little bit better, and not as annoying to play already. I've tried to play it 2 or 3 times, both the original and the Unity version. I find it very difficult. Does this lizard have breasts? I brought this up earlier. I will explain myself. One of my big pet peeves in character design is when they give reptilian creatures breasts, and Elder Scrolls is so guilty of this. I don't see any. I don't even see nipples.
Well met. I'm Cyrus.
I know. I had Tobias made out a fool to believe you'd come.
What?
I'm the one that smuggled his letter out for him. The Empire's been watching all shipments from this port. I figured our chances were slim.
I like the voice as well. They all sound very familiar. I'm pretty sure these are the same voice actors that have been used since the beginning in Elder Scrolls. Like, I recognize these voices from Morrowind and Oblivion and Skyrim. Daggerfall didn't really have much in the way of voice acting.
What can you tell me about Azara?
She's your sister. She frequented this establishment much before the battle in Hunting Bay. Less after, of course.
Of course.
She was a fervent one.
I read that as pervert and was wondering where this was going.
Empire, not in hushed tones. After the occupation, she disappeared for
Have you ever heard of
She disappeared 3
manga?
months ago.
No, I'm talking about before that, right after the battle. Many crowns made themselves scarce then. Isara was one of them. I didn't see her for several weeks following. Later she showed up needing a drink.
You were drifting into Peter Lorre there.
Intent on some decision.
What then?
The Imperials came, and I let
What
her out
was
through
that
the window.
voice?
I haven't seen
The
her
accent is
since.
slipping hard. I will say, I really like this Argonian design. This is, I'm gonna say, second favourite of all the Argonian designs. My favourite, and it's not my favourite Elder Scrolls game, but I like the Raptor Argonians in Skyrim. I'm sorry to all the purists, I do like them. This would be number 2, maybe? Maybe it's tied with Morrowind. I really like the Morrowind ones as well. I like the big fan head ones, those are cool. Bottom is Oblivion. In any character design contest, Oblivion's probably gonna come bottom. Redguard was directed by Todd Howard and designed by Howard, Michael Kirkbride, and Kurt Kuhlman, all names that will be extremely familiar if you're a fan of this series. Todd Howard was hired by Bethesda in 1994 after pestering the company for multiple years straight out of school, and is now the public face of the brand. Kuhlman and Kirkbride joined up on the same day as each other in 1996 in the final weeks of the Elder Scrolls II Daggerfall's development. This was their first full project together, and they basically established the finer points of the Elder Scrolls universe while doing it. According to Michael Kirkbride, Redguard was the game that created the Elder Scrolls world as we know it today. Kurt and I wrote the pocket guide to the Empire to ship alongside it, the first source book detailing the whole cosmology, mythology, and cultural identities of the world's various races. Khajiit skooma addicts, Argonians worshipping sentient trees, the Dwemer as inexplicable mathemagicians who could divide by zero to remove themselves from existence, and the Nords' uses of Thu'um. These were all born during Redguard's development. I've never heard Kirkbride speak. I can only assume that that's accurate. Tell me about this battle that happened. Even though we kinda got the backstory ourselves, Cyrus is a bit ignorant.
So Azara did survive the Battle of Stros M'Kai.
Aye, she did, and then hid well in its aftermath. Until 3 months ago.
You said the Imperials came here looking for Azara the last night you saw her.
Not specifically for Azara. The Imperials had a list of dissidents they sought. Her name was there, with names of many other crowns. Since that time, I see only forebears here.
No, so the vibe went off. I understand.
The forebears seem to enjoy your place.
The Imperial liquor tax has forced me to serve everyone, even the city's ancestral villains.
You're no longer allowed to throw people out? That seems wrong. I do appreciate, by the way, because it's always touched on in the other games how evil the Imperials are. I've gone back on my promise. I'm going to make this so specifically Elder Scrolls. They're Imperials. They are an empire. They're colonizing, and they're like the Romans. They're pretty brutal. But a lot of the time you are in Imperial lands and it's been taken over forever. So, you know, even when there's a civil war and stuff, it's both sidesing things, whereas this, they're pretty much the villains here, which is an interesting view you don't usually see from this series. Usually it's a bit more murky.
A word of advice. Beware the dragon tribe of the Emperor. The warrior king, Tiberius Septim, does not tolerate rebellion. And Governor Rickton
Talos.
has promised
Sorry.
summary execution to any who take arms to oppose his rule.
I'm assuming everybody watching this will have played Skyrim at the very least. It was a big hit,
Even
you
if
might have heard of
were
it.
responsible, perhaps it would be wise to proceed cautiously.
Cautiously,
Even if you're not a nerd who's read
if
the
only I
wiki
knew how to do
pages.
that. Is thus the Empire delayed in further expansion?
Oh, we're getting
The whole
dangerously
wild
close to
world.
perchance speak.
The Elf
I've
Kingdoms
complained about this
and
before.
The Eastlands waits to see what finally happens here in the last land of men.
I am of the opinion that you can have one or the other. You can go full perchance and start talking in your verilies and your thous, and that's completely fine. Or you can have a character that speaks like Cyrus, who sounds like he's basically trying to be Han Solo. You can't have both, because as soon as you try and make a Han Solo type say the word thou, you're out of it completely. You're never getting the audience back. You're treading a fine line here. I hope you know that.
Tell me about the crowns.
Their fire is gone since the prince was lost. Few show their faces in Stros M'Kai. Some have passed to the mainland, Some few plot and scheme still, nursing fading dreams.
There's a lot of dialogue in this. I'm assuming I'm cutting quite a lot of this for you and just leaving the juicy relevant bits, but it's not bad. It's very adventure gamey. It's almost like this is an adventure game or something.
Ever ready to listen, soft skin? Let adventure thine be mine. I'll share what thoughts I can.
Your belly looks quite soft. I don't know if that's weird or rude to say.
This tavern, of course, both site and subsidy of my studies, as well as a fine storehouse of spirits.
Now, this is a world that has ghosts. So do you mean spirits or spirits?
What's your subject of study?
The other, of course. Those ones not skinned in scale. We see that Septime's tribes will not be long satisfied with the thrones of men and the elder race. One day they will come to Black Marsh. Argonians have lost land once before, when we did not know our enemy.
I see, and what better place to learn the wants of men than at the bar?
There are other places. Universities, the military, the magical guild. But I aim to chart man's geography of desire, which is most readily charted when he is drunk and blathering.
I like this man a lot. I've decided.
The only blood I care about is my sister's. As far as I'm concerned, new kingless Hammerfell has gone its way.
Your apathy is decidedly reptilian.
I don't know how to take that coming from you.
Right, we should probably find the person who sent us here. Who is right there. He's literally speaking to us right now. Good. Yet more conversations. I hope you're not getting sick of this, because it's probably going to be most of the video. I'm interested, at the very least, and that's really what matters. Looks at my YouTube analytics. Ooh.
Oh, you look good. It's been too long.
If you hadn't retired...
Mercenary life's younger men's work.
Bah, he said.
I prayed that you would get my letter.
Kind of doing a Scottish accent. It's better than my Scottish accent, so I can't complain too much. Cut right to the chase. Where's my sister, Blondo?
It is lucky you were here, Tobias, or I wouldn't have known Azara was in trouble. I have not been in Hammerfell since the...
I know, lad, what you mean.
Stros M'Kai has no one who could have reached me. Thank you.
I sent a letter some weeks ago, Cyrus. I fear things have gotten worse for your sister since.
I'm undecided on Cyrus's voice thus far. Oh, now I'm doing it. Now I'm saying thus's. Like I said, it's the guy who does all the Redguards in Oblivion, which is an insane sentence to say out loud, that an entire race was done by the one guy in Oblivion. But I guess most notably he does Baurus? Is that his name? The captain of the guard in the Imperial City, who you meet at the very beginning with Patrick Stewart. And I've always thought he has a very, very pleasant voice to listen to. He puts no energy into the performance. It's almost like he's just woken up with every line reading. Like they make him go to sleep and then just push him awake every time he needs to say a line. He's alright, he's better than a lot of them.
How did you know where to reach me, Tobias? Our paths parted so long ago.
I didn't send it to you directly. I knew that damn cat was probably still getting you into trouble, even to this day. Thrathra
Do we
seems the
trust
likely
this
solution.
lizard boy to be standing
And through
right
the channels
behind
I
us while we
heard,
talk?
He made Wayrest his port of late.
Now, he's moved from the throne seekers of the old empire to the lesser lords of High Rock, still playing them to his benefit, raking in the gold on all fronts.
I thought that Septim had solidified the Britons.
As much as the witchmen will. But there is still a lot of money to be made in the drawing of borders before the provincial laws dry completely. Mercenaries are in great demand right now, as are fixers like our cat friend.
Does he still stink so?
To hear.
I think I will go see him when I leave. It's been too long.
Is that racist? Maybe he just does reek. It's hard to tell in the Elder Scrolls. I think a big issue with the Elder Scrolls is that it does portray relatively realistic racism that would exist between different races of humans and elves and the beast races like the lizards and the cats. However, a lot of gamers are functionally brain dead and can't tell that it's not like endorsing it. No offense to the brain dead. I include myself as one of you.
What more do you know about Azara?
Nothing more than my letter has described, that she is gone and no one knows where. Just a bad feeling that's grown worse with the wait. The governor has not been merciful with the crowns that survived the battle. I hear his dragon's belly is full of the overloud, and that many died later in the burning of the old quarter. The crowns fled ashore there after the battle. It was their last stand. The governor sent his dragon, and it was done.
Was Azara there?
That section of town is closed off. No one I've talked to knows if she was there or not.
It's very odd to see a dragon in an Elder Scrolls game. And I know that sounds insane to say because the most famous Elder Scrolls game now is Skyrim. But if you didn't grow up with it, it's weird to see dragons being talked about in Elder Scrolls still. Because most of them don't have dragons. It's honestly one of the things I liked about the Elder Scrolls, is that it's a fantasy thing that didn't just have dragons and swords. It was a bit weirder. It might just be because I played Morrowind first, which is arguably the weirdest one. Big giant mushrooms and no dragons. That's more what I'm into.
Where's the dragon now?
It's disappeared too. Some say it has returned to the Imperial province. Others say the governor keeps it well paid and fed in the catacombs below the palace.
Is there another way into the catacombs?
There is the traditional way.
Imagine that I laughed. Secret entrance, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know.
Who knew Azara? This is, a mystery, possibly. Maybe this will turn into like a Sherlock Holmes-style adventure. I've never played a Sherlock Holmes game. I've never even read a Sherlock Holmes book.
I did not question many for fear of ill allegiance. So I went to the temple to ask of her. For the brothers of RK are neutral in mortal affairs. There, Brother Niddle told me that Azara had vanished, and set me on the road of righting you. Also, Drekius here knew that she was missing too. Be that as it may, the temple is quite empty of priests, save for Brother Niddle. It seems some of their ranks have disappeared also.
I'm noticing.
I wish I could roll my oars like that.
Niddle told
People have
me
tried to
Brother
teach me, but every
Catral
time I
vanished
attempt it, it
around
sounds
the
like I'm
same
trying to
time
be a
as his
cat.
sister, and that they knew each other.
But a sickly cat that you'd put down just to be kind.
So I can count Brother Niddle as an ally then?
On my word, he was most helpful, but he seemed to be holding something back.
I wouldn't consider paranoia a bad character trait in Stros M'Kai these days. Besides, you're so ugly.
That was it. He may open up to you more, being Azara's brother and half as hard to look at.
Are we handsome? I can't really tell. I don't think Mustache Boy is particularly handsome, no. It's hard to tell through the pixels.
I'll be back. If you're not here, thanks for everything. And good luck.
Just find your sister and get out of here. And send word through Stratra. Go on, you'll do fine.
I like this guy too.
Can I help you?
I like everybody here, which is unusual in an RPG. Usually there's at least someone that annoys me. I've been streaming a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 recently. I'm about 45-50 hours in, and for some reason a lot of the characters have started to really grate on me. So it's nice to like some people again. Makes me feel like less of a curmudgeon. This is the only Elder Scrolls game, so far, to be fully third person and have you play a pre-written character instead of generating and creating your own. It was allegedly difficult to get Cyrus set as the main character. Michael Kirkbride said in a 2014 interview, "In 1997 it was a hard sell to have a black male as the star of a video game, especially one that wasn't a racial stereotype. I doubt anyone in the upper echelons of Bethesda will admit that we had to fight for Cyrus not to be a white guy. It's sad that almost 20 years later, the industry is still resistant to the notion of having a person of colour as a protagonist. Coincidentally, I just saw some people having meltdowns over the new Assassin's Creed game. Gamers never change." Oh, the game speeds up hard whenever I leave or enter a building. Is this the plaza? I'm gonna reveal something about myself. I don't know what the word plaza means. I think, genuinely, the only place I've ever heard the word plaza is on one of the Mario Kart games. Turn wheel? Yeah, right, I'll turn a wheel. I can get some delicious well water. There might be newts in it. Oh, that looks brimmed with water. Yeah, sure, get some water.
Something to put it in.
Your mouth. This being an adventure game, I just got a drop in my stomach. I've just realised that this being an adventure game, there's probably going to be a lot of fairly arcane puzzles in it, and not just flailing around with a sword. I am quite hurt, by the way. I was kind of hoping there'd be a way to heal at some point. Is that the Temple of Arcane? No, that's like Magic Shop, isn't it? Mage's Guild, there we go. They've kept the same icons and everything all this time. Is that a cool S? That might be arcade.
Well met, stranger.
Who in the name of God was that?
Well met, stranger.
Oh my God, that's unpleasant.
My name's Mariah. What can I do for you?
I think a squeaky voice can be wonderful to listen to. However, that almost sounds pitch shifted.
Thanks, Mariah.
I can't remember what Arcane is the leader of. Is it not the god of death, is it? Oh, I've got stuff. I've got 53 gold. I've got 6 health potions and a letter. That's all you need, 53 gold. I don't know how bad the inflation got in the Elder Scrolls, but from the other games, that could buy a few nights in an inn. You Nevin, or whatever your name was. I genuinely have forgotten. I like your robe, though.
Brother Niddle.
Niddle, not Nevin.
Welcome to the Temple of Arcane.
I don't need I do need healing. I was just complaining about healing. You're probably some sort of wizard boy.
Please forgive the formalities, but the governor has levied a temple tax
gold!
of 25 gold for any magical services rendered, healing or otherwise.
No, I will not. That is outrageous.
I am truly sorry, but I cannot help you then.
God, the Emperor's a dick. Turns out. Why the hell do the Nords worship this idiot? He's horrible.
My sister Izara has been missing for near 3 months. Perhaps you have heard of her?
I knew her well, actually. But she never mentioned having a brother. She was a fiery sort, as I'm sure you know, and her Redguard blood did not fare well under Imperial rule. She is not the only nationalist who has disappeared since the governor claimed the city. There have been others.
I mean, I'm assuming other nationalists, other seditionaries? Is that a word, or have I just made that up? Revolutionaries, freedom fighters, terrorists? Depends on your view, I suppose.
Brother Kithral, my initiate and good friend, for one. He was an outspoken man and a crown sympathizer.
I thought you boys were meant to be neutral.
He was enamored of your sister, I must say, and took to her crown propaganda readily. Are you a follower of Arcane, Cyrus?
Me? No. Well, not in the worshiper sense.
In what sense, then?
I'm not that wayward, brother. I do believe in the gods and in their, importance to man and, all that.
And Arcane's importance.
That's a good line reading.
I'm usually the one who asks all the questions, Brother Niddle.
Humor an old man.
Arcane, then, the shepherd of the soul who watches.
He is
us
the
through
god
our
of death,
lives
I'm
and
right.
our deaths
Oh.
and guides us between them in the heavenly interim.
I can feel myself becoming
May he
too
watch
nerd.
over you.
When did you last seek Kithral?
I sent him to the park for fresh mandrake root. And that is probably where Richton's men were waiting. Kithral was against the Imperial expansion from the start, though I reminded him that Arcane frowns on more secular interests. This warning Kithral obviously did not take to heart.
I guess I could ask around about Kithral then. But that's my only real lead.
What can you tell me about the governor?
That he is a hard man. Richton threatened to raise the temple when I refused to hand over the wounded of Prince Ator, who had survived the battle. I assured him that even his emperor could not defy divine law.
Yeah, he kind of becomes one of them later.
The wounded under my care were healed only to be thrown into the catacombs thereafter.
If he becomes a divine, then that throws the whole divine thing into question for me. Because this guy is awful. Do you know a way I would get into the catacombs? I've never quite worked out how you pronounce that word.
Either that, or they are fruit for the necromancer. It is somehow appropriate that Richton deals with that nefarious slug.
Oh god, is it the King of Worms or something? They call him the Necromancer sometimes. The timeline of the Elder Scrolls is ruined, by the way. Don't look it up. The plots of the first two games and the plots of the games that followed, there was a huge overhaul in lore between them. So there's kind of like modern Elder Scrolls, which is like 2000 and something on, and then old Elder Scrolls, which is the first couple of games. This, I think, is the midpoint. There's like this whole bundle of contradictory nonsense in the middle of it that's horrible to read. Don't even try, it's not worth it.
How has Nagasta cursed the land?
The very soil of Stros M'Kai is cursed. Nagasta has become very powerful and has weaved a soul snare across the island. Any who die must quickly have their last rites performed before their souls become his to claim.
It's like being an organ donor, I suppose. You can take whatever parts of me you like. I guess if there is canonically divines and gods, then probably don't take my soul. I'd probably like to go to some sort of heaven. I don't know what happens if you're not a worshipper of somebody, though. Cyrus here, he doesn't worship any particular god. I don't know who gets his soul at the end, because that's meant to be what happens if you worship a Daedra or a divine. Daedra, again, it's complicated, but the Daedra are like the demons and the divines are like the gods, very vaguely. And you go to their version of their plane of existence as a sort of afterlife. I don't know who he goes to. I guess whoever wants him. Maybe there's a bidding war.
Until later, Brother Niddle.
Goodbye, my son.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. I'm sorry for possibly reminding you of James Blunt's existence. That's an unforgivable sin. I'm still a little bit lost as to where to go and what to do. Was that judgment I heard? Maybe we can ask a guard. Ask your friendly neighborhood guard.
Go about your business, Redguard.
Ooh, that's rough. Okay, now I'm fully radicalized. Doesn't take much. I like its barely functioning jank. It's charming to me. Is there a map? Not that I can see, because I'm tapping M furiously. This game has got the on-screen UI down mostly to a minimum. There's still that candle up in the corner, which absolutely does not need to be there. And the sword's a bit big, but you can see most of the screen, which is lovely. That is not true in a lot of games from the 90s. They loved to just shove stuff everywhere. Oh, I was just talking about a map, and there's a cartographer's. Can I have a map, please? I've got don't! What are you doing? What are you doing? Put it away!
Aren't too many youngsters around these days, especially not as well-spoken as you. I'm Maiko, the local cartographer. Can I help you?
Where are you from?
Do you have any maps for sale?
Sorry, I don't sell retail, contract work only, but perhaps I can make a map for you?
I'd like a map of Stros M'Kai, if that's useful.
I used to make those, but I can't compete with the big Hammerfell cartography houses. Hire beggars and street urchins to copy off a master map. You've probably seen their cheap city maps around. Nothing like a good hand-drawn map. But people don't seem to care about craftsmanship anymore.
So what you're telling me is that you're useless to me. I'm sorry for wasting all of our time.
Hello there.
Hiya! Priestman said that he sent his boy off to find dates or something at the market. I can't remember specifics. I have no idea where that would be. You know what? You might be a good source of information. What if I get you very drunk?
That date their mothers.
Name Cyrus.
What was that
You
shuffle?
okay?
No,
Cyrus.
I'm Crendel.
You seen a woman named Azara around?
Sure I have. Not that I remember names, though. Oh, but they remember mine. Them broads love Crendel.
Dem
Have my
broads.
way with them all, you know.
Once again, can people who are wanting to talk to me say something useful? There's a lot of bridges around. This city looks huge. I wonder if I'm just going to be in this city for the whole game. You're gold. Are you fancy?
What do you want?
You look ridiculous. You look like a 90s low-poly render of He-Man.
Keeping the jail full?
Indeed, Redguard. Move along.
Oh, I hate it here. I can see why there's nationalists. What you need is a good armed uprising. It occasionally even works. This looks like a palace. This is probably where Rickton lives.
I need to speak with Governor Rickton.
What business do you have with him?
My sister's missing.
I have some information he may find useful.
Apparently that's not it.
You're not talking your way past me. Now move along.
We're going to need to bribe him, possibly? Oh, I don't know if there's fall damage. Oh god, okay, I couldn't... There's no way to look down in this game, by the way. If you're wondering why I'm so wary of edges, it's because that could be a sheer drop, or it could be a nice gentle incline. The Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard was a huge flop. It received generally positive reviews and was nominated for several Best of the Year awards, despite the radical change in formula, which admittedly was way less established at this point. But for whatever reason, no one bought it. In 1997, it was a hard sell to have a black male as the star of a video game. According to Todd Howard, Redguard did so badly that it nearly killed Bethesda. There was a serious financial slump after Redguard, and a couple of other projects failed to generate enough income, and Morrowind, being a hit a few years later, saved the company from a possible slow death. Howard spoke about this post-Redguard atmosphere and gearing up for Morrowind in a 2014 interview. There were 6 of us at the time, right? The studio had gotten that small. What's the worst that's gonna happen? We could go out of business. Well, let's go all in. This is the game. A lot of times when you make a game, you're kinda, well, maybe you're afraid of how people are gonna like this. But we were, all right, we're gonna do it all. Sorry, Todd. I was down here. There's the snake charmer. Oh. This place is staggeringly huge. I've been walking around for about a minute now, and it just keeps going. Bringing it back to the game I was streaming that I mentioned earlier, kinda reminds me of the last city I went to in that, where it just keeps going and doesn't stop. And at a certain point, I'm like, oh my god, this is overwhelming. Or a bit like in Baldur's Gate 3, if anyone's played that here. At a certain point, you actually get to the city of Baldur's Gate in the last third of the game. It felt like the first 2 acts of the game are just easing you into Act 3. Because suddenly there's like 100 people all talking at once at you, 100 quests all opening up, so many buildings and people walking around. I know several people who have dropped the game at that point because it's overwhelming. It passes. It's a good game. It's a good game all the way through, I would say. I really hated the ending. We're not critiquing that, we're critiquing Redguard today. Stop bringing up other games.
Do you know of a woman named Izara?
Used to see her around, but that was a while ago. Last time I saw her, she was heading toward the cartographers.
That's a lead, that's something.
And that was 3 months ago, if it were a day. Hopefully she was just seeing Michael, the map maker, and not the boys in the smuggler's den below.
That's great information. Thank you, Mariah. I wish you didn't sound like that.
What do you know about the smugglers?
I've been walking around for so long.
Spend my days landscaping. Before the Civil War, there were more of us. The town square and the park was so beautiful. But I do...
I'm sorry you have to hear this as well as I do. Did he mention the park? It was either a market or a park or something.
Over by the waterfall. I'm ashamed.
He did! I see the name Kithrell.
To spend more time on it. People really do enjoy it. Especially that arcade boy, Kithrell. He's one of the temple members. Love the park. Would stare at the waterfall and write in his journal. Passionate crown. That one.
I think I've been to the park, by the way. I just didn't realize it was meant to be a park. I thought it was some waste ground, like you find outside council estates.
Thanks, Mariah.
Okay, cartographers and park. We now have 2 whole leads. Oh, Mariah's the most useful NPC. Where the hell was this park? I think it was down here somewhere. Oh, I am a navigation master. Can we find possibly a corpse of Kithral just lying underneath a tree or something like that? She mentioned the waterfall and writing notes and stuff. I don't want to try and make a jump for it though. Dig up the ground? Maybe he's been buried here? I guess why would they bother? I see a gap back there. It's hard to make out because the textures are so low quality, but if I move back and forth, you can see some parallaxing there, right behind the waterfall. God, am I going to save and try and jump in there? That's not a good idea. Okay, let's just take practice first. How responsive is the jump? Quite responsive. It's not like a huge lag. It's not like a GTA game. Alright, run at it. Go, go, go. Build up some speed. And then whip! That was a terrible attempt! Okay, I am behind. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is a night. The camera does not know what to do with me. Can I climb back up here, possibly? Ah, this could be a very bad situation I'm in right now. At least we get to enjoy this swimming animation. There'll be a shoreline at some point. Dreya, didn't you just save? Yeah, but that would be unhonorable. I saved in case I died, not in case I was inconvenienced. I'm not a coward. Oh my! Get back in the water, Cyrus. Okay, maybe this is why I saved as well. There we go! I managed to snap out of it by pressing space again. Whee! I suppose I could drop down from above if I wanted. This doesn't feel like something I'm supposed to do. Maybe I can go into the waterfall under the bridge. Like if I can get under the bridge somehow. I haven't been out this way either. Looks like it's full of guards. It might be in the actual wilderness. Oh, there's a cave. I assume. Oh my. Ooh, hang on. Yeah, alright. Yes, please, I won't do it again, I'm sorry. Who can say whether that was smart or not? I'm gonna jump in the river, swim down here, and then try and grab onto the ledge as soon as you come out of this bridge. This is such a horrible idea. Just swim backwards, tread water. I got freaked out, hang on. God, I'm good. Yeah. Can I just jump in this hole without dying? I'll hope that rope does something. I am on the rope. Amazing stuff. Let's slip and slide my way down here. How do I get off? I mean, how do I get off? Oh, Jesus Christ, what are you? I'm in a bad position. E to drop, maybe. E, space is drop. Bring out my sword, and then E. I don't know how to fight in this game. This could be a real bad thing. Oh my god, I might die again. Nope. Nope, he's dead. I nearly died. I wonder if there's a manual that came with this game. It's an old game, sometimes they include them. It would probably be beneficial for me to take a look at it. What is that? Is that a firefly or some sort of evil spirit? There is a manual, I'm so happy. There's like a whole combat system. Oh Christ. So I can do a single, double, triple slash, a thrust and a lunge. What's the defend button? Alt. It might be Alt. Hang on. This would be a game changer for me. According to this, view is Alt. And there's no defend key. Game, work with me a little bit. Meet me halfway. Ooh, I do have a log though, which is... it's just the plot relevant stuff. That's pretty good. Honestly, it's a little bit more usable than Morrowind's quest log. What am I doing moving forward? I should heal. Get off this bridge. That scared me. I didn't like that at all. God, that only healed me up to 19. This is a horrible healing potion. I regret not healing up at the priest. Chug about 15 of these, please. You don't need to shake every one. Right, that's all of my healing potions gone, and I am not up to full health, which feels miserable. I really hope there's no more jumping puzzles. Wait, is there ledge detection, do we think? There is ledge detection! Oh my god! This is a sophisticated piece of technology. I'm basically playing Dishonored right now. This doesn't look like a door that opens anymore. It might have once, but what is on the ground here? Oh, gold! I thought it was some sort of dead rat. There's some stuff over there, but it looks like I'll either have to jump down or across, which scares me. Oh, just about. Oh my god, don't jump again, you idiot! What's wrong with you? Health potions, it's all coming up, Cyrus. The looting isn't exactly blindingly quick. Or accurate. It's kind of just pick up whatever is nearby. Personally, I've never really been a fan of this kind of gameplay. At least it's not fixed camera angle. That's the thing that really breaks my brain. Whoop. Yes, I can. My jump is way higher than I think it is. Oh. Oh, the camera! Oh my god, it makes Dark Souls look pleasant. There was a comic released alongside the game, which is now available free from the game's page on the Bethesda website, albeit in a slightly lower resolution package than I'd like. It details the origin of Cyrus, and looks like this. I'm not a comic person, but it's a fun extra thing to give out, which I appreciate. It's something to miss about physical media. If you were one of the 15 people who bought Redguard on release, you got a disc, alongside a comic book, a manual, that pocket guide to the Empire thing from earlier, and a physical map that was even burned around the edges for some fun realism. On digital storefronts, you barely even get the game. Do I need a key of some sort? I'm a little lost. I imagine jumping down into the abyss is not the answer here. Oh, hang on, there's something down there. And there's a little arrow up there that's pointing this direction. Yeah, hang on, down from here, there's an arrow there. Does it literally want me to just walk off this edge? I'll do it. I'll do it, game, don't think I won't. Oh my god! Yes! Game of the year. Oh no, another goblin. I don't know what the AI is like in 1997. Oh god, don't hurt me. Can I hurt you? No. That's double slash. That's triple slash. You've got a big old meat cleaver thing going on. Does alt work now? No, it does not. I can't cheese this, I think. I'm gonna have to get down. Woo-hoo-hoo! Tap, tap. There we go. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, that was easy. I only lost about 30 health. That can't be consistent throughout all of the combat in this, or else I will die very quickly. Put away your sword, stop dancing. The combat, by far the clunkiest and most off-putting part of this so far, by the way. There's two boys up there. If I take 30 each, I will be at 4 hit points. Oh my god, there's another one. Alt does nothing. I regret pressing it. I'm gonna die again. Oh my god, stop it. I'm so angry. Oh god, both of them are coming. That's the worst possible thing that could happen. I'm doomed. There's no block key. I'm doomed. Oh. I really can't afford this. They're just gonna maul me to death. And I've only got 3 more hit point potions. Get into a corner like a badger. Badger strats always work. Oh my god, I killed that one without taking any damage. This is the best day of my life. But it does mean that it's confirmed something awful about the combat, which is that it's going to be mostly luck. I took 10 hit points of damage from those two boys, and I was doing, I promise, exactly the same as the first time. Literally hitting E every half a second until they'd fall over. That bodes really badly for the future. A potion of iron skin? Ooh, that sounds useful. I can already feel myself succumbing to the too good to use syndrome though, because I'm like, do I really want to use those on gobos? Or maybe there's going to be some sort of Ogrim later. A Daedruth, possibly. I don't know if there's levels in this game. As in, I don't know if Cyrus is going to get any better than he currently is. Hark! Duel me, foul beast! I still don't know what you are. What is this creature? Is this a goblin? It could be a scamp. It's Elder Scrolls. Okay, I'm going to lead this guy back so it's more one-on-one. He will have the high ground, which I've been told by films is bad. Ow. Okay, only took 20 more damage. Oh, I'll take it. I went from finding the music quite annoying and overbearing, to quite charming, to annoying and overbearing again. It's no Jeremy Soule. Yes, I'm aware he's a monster. But the man can write a theme. Oh. I am seconds away from falling at any point in this game. Alright, 10 damage, I am more than willing to take that. There's more healing potions and loot around every corner, which kind of implies to me that they realised what the combat was. They got halfway through a dungeon and went, we can't make people do this. They'll come to our office and kill us. Oh, don't make me jump. You freaks wouldn't make me jump, would you? That looks like a platform. I am not a huge fan of 3D platformers at the best of times. I was about to say, but when you can't look around, it's even worse. You can look around! I was wondering what the view key meant. If you hold down Alt, this is a bizarre choice, but it was the 90s, they were still figuring stuff out. Well, we'll give it to them. If you hold down the left Alt key, and then press the arrow keys, you can look around. It is inverted, because old people had some sort of lead poisoning in their brain that made them think inverted cameras were a good idea. Whoop! Oh my god, you were right on the edge, Cyrus. Any more bright ideas? If I just slowly walk off the edge here, I should get down. There's another goblin down there, so it's clearly where I'm meant to go. Come on, just... Okay. Can I look down still? Nope, the view is disabled here. Oh! That did not look like it would work to me, but okay. Then do a little jump here. Come on. Oh, Jesus Christ! No jump has felt like it was meant to work. Like, where am I going from here? Was I meant to jump onto the sledge? Can I just jump down again? Hang on. This doesn't look like a great idea. This looks like it'll snap my ankles off like dry twigs. I'm not going in the goo. The goo is obviously a terrible prospect. This is not a good place to fall. This is so high. This is like a 10-meter drop. You're gonna die. What if I get really close to the edge? I think I could manage this in a pinch in real life. If I braced myself in the corner and slid down. If I put my back against this wall here that I'm facing and just sort of slid down with my feet against the opposite wall and just took most of the brunt there. Game? Game, are you... Game, are you feeling... Game? I'm just glad that Bethesda's reputation for bug-ridden messes is not a new development. Shimmy. Shimmy? Shimmy. That's not really a place you can shimmy, is it? Oh my god, that was an awful decision. We have a torch and that's... Oh my god, the speed! I got gooed because of the speed boost! Bethesda! You're selling this for money! I picked up a torch earlier, is what I was gonna say. Could I put it in this torch sconce? I don't know why I would do that. Nope, that just extinguishes it. That is not a thing I can do. I can't brace myself. Am I meant to just jump over this, maybe? Nope, that instant kills me with the goo. Am I able to continue? Just ferret your way along. That goblin wondering what the hell this man is doing. There's mushrooms down there. Could I land on the mushrooms? It's worth a try, I suppose. That was not quite good in terms of the aim. That was closer. I don't know if I'm gonna get this way. It feels like just repeating the opening of the other guys on loop. Whoop! That's about as close as I can get, and all it did was spit goo at me. I hate it when things do that. I can climb back up. Oh my god, I'm gonna find Todd Howard and wring his neck. Remember when I was saying that the jump was relatively responsive? Relative to the reflexes of a dead eel, possibly? It works when it wants to. So no soft locking. We're actually, everything's coming up Millhouse. The other problem is though, I don't know where else to go. Can I loot the bodies? I can!
Excellent.
I don't know what you just picked up, but apparently it was excellent.
A potion of iron skin.
Oh my god, I really should have been doing this before. Now that I have found a new superpower, namely being able to look around, is there anywhere to go over here? This doesn't seem like the place to be. Oh god, Cyrus! I'm cognizant that through my own idiocy, I've already been recording for like 2 and a bit hours. But I want to at least finish a quest before I sign off. Oh, this is gonna be a horrible idea. Whoop! Like a prize-winning racehorse with a death wish. I don't think this is gonna work, Cyrus. The mushrooms are no longer your friends. They used to be. I don't know what's gone wrong. Oh. It's little things in this game, like the fact that if you hold down the walk key while trying to climb up something, it doesn't let you. But if you just stand still and jump, it'll ledge detect. Speaking of ledge detection, there is another ledge. I'm not meant to shimmy along this nightmare, am I? I thought this was sort of like a discoloration in the wall. As I'm getting closer, I realize that it's an indent. Games love this. I've never done this in my life. But oh my god, there's traps or something. I never even noticed this. Are these worms? Try to avoid penetration by worm, if you can at all help it. They look like something Bad Dragon would sell. I think I've made it. Now the problem is, if I drop down here, am I going to have to catch the ledge on the way down as well? And I see that little trap boy that's down there. I see that little red speck. You're not going to catch me, game. Whoa, just about. I'd love another health potion, just as a treat. I imagine it tastes like Calpol, or possibly a Sprite. This game actually came in 2 versions, sort of. A software version and a glide version. I'm not going to go into technical nerd speak. Suffice it to say that the glide version supports 3D acceleration and way higher resolutions. Despite originally shipping with both options on the disc, the version you get now depends on where you buy the game from. Steam, Xbox, or Game Pass, you have the software renderer version. GOG, you get the glide accelerated version. This video uses the software version of the game. It's locked to 640 by 480 instead of the other version's 1600 by 1200, so you've been enjoying a much more pixelated view of this world. It's not just bigger resolutions though, the textures are all filtered in the glide version. There's slightly more colours available, and there are a handful of art changes between the two. Here's some examples. I might be huffing copium here, as the youth say, but I think I actually slightly prefer the software rendered version. It feels warmer to me, although that's the same thing vinyl nerds say, and people want to hit them with bricks. A dead man. Oh, is this the boy I was sent to find? It's entirely possible. I'll take your torch and your gold.
The Journal of Brother Kithel, wherein he describes a search for Archmage Voa's ring in the caverns below Stros M'Kai. This last part reveals much.
Who are you talking to?
The poison in my mouth, a yellow fog in the chest that clogs the vital passage.
I think that's plaque from smoking.
I
played that anti-smoking PSA game recently.
Toxin. Damn her impatience.
I'm an expert.
And damn my pride to think I might find the ring here in this nefarious darkness on my own. But she missed the rendezvous, and I fear we are running out of time. With the Archmage's ring, we are one step closer to restoring the crowns to power. I am sure his body is here. Some trick of undercurrent in the wake of the battle. The spider's milk.
Did he write that, did he?
Izara, I pray nothing has happened to you. I hear the goblins behind the door. Uvula, Uvula, Uvula. They come for me. I have failed you, my love, and the ring
I don't know if she's that into him.
You must hurry.
Is this what the youth
league
might call a
is
simp?
closing in.
I don't like
the
that word.
Empire is closing in. The darkness is close.
Doesn't really sound like my sister's gonna be down here, does it? But it's a bit late to leave, I guess. Knock on door. Cyrus. Oobala. I know the password. Like, this might not be a password. It could be a slur. It could be like saying to the door. This is a horrible idea. Ooh. Didn't take a scratch in that fight. It was 100% luck. No skill involved. I'm sure skill could nullify the amount of luck needed, but it feels like it's always going to be luck. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, I've gotten pierced bad there. What is this? This looks like some sort of magical seat. Hit it with a big sword. No, maybe not. That other trap, or it's a healing potion. They're being benevolent to me, at least. I feel like I haven't made a comparison to another Elder Scrolls thing in a while. I haven't alienated the audience enough. As chunky and clunky and weird to control as this is, Daggerfall, the tutorial dungeon, and this isn't a joke, can take something like 4 hours and kill you about 200 times. It's so difficult. I've never met anybody who didn't get sick of it and just run through things. Oh my god! Okay, I didn't know there was going to be a ledge there. Thank Christ there was. There's more health potions, which is wonderful. There's more spiky boys, and I hear steppers somewhere. We're going to have to massacre more goblins, I assume. Oh, they're there! There's a couple of them! There's another one in there as well. Oh god. Oh, is this Mushroom Land where I broke my ankles earlier? I think it is. I'm so happy to be back. That was a much worse fight than others. Try not to get close to them. The throbbing makes me worried. There's somebody behind me? Oh god! I took so much damage that I can't quite believe it, considering that, once again, I am doing broadly the same thing every fight. I'm running out of healing potions again. Hello, my cleaver-wielding friend. Mayhaps you would like to parley? If you're stuck, then that's great for me. 10 damage? I'm more than happy to take it, thank you. Is it the goblins leaving all these potions on the floor? Oh my god, that did so much damage to me! That did all of the worth I'm gonna get from these lovely potions.
Some gold. This should help.
I haven't been looting the bodies at all. Go back and loot those corpses, man. And watch out for traps, for the love of God.
A health potion.
Oh, that's exactly what I was hoping for. My face is colour matched to the wall here in a very unnerving effect. There's 2 paths to go at this point, and I'm terrified I've taken the wrong one. Every wrong turn is more possible misery. Oh, that's a spiky trap. Do I have to? Can I go around? I can go around. I'm amazing. That's probably not the way to go. Hang on. Slowly drop down. There we go. Okay, there's another place to drop down and some barrels. This might be the way to go. Sure. Cyrus, walk forward. I am full on holding down the button. There we go.
It doesn't do anything by itself.
You have a torch. Light it. Am I gonna have to run as soon as I do this? Should I be lighting this? Maybe I need some sort of flint and tinder. Oh! God, Cyrus! Light barrel, it's appeared. Is this a good thing to do? I have no idea. I don't think that did anything. Maybe that was just showing me that barrels exist. Ah, this is the wreck of the ship. Okay, well it might be here then, his body. God. I'm not going into the goo. Discount that as an option right away. Okay, it's gonna be more jumping. This is gonna be as painful for me as it is for you. More so, you get it edited. Cyrus, walk off the edge, for Christ's sake. I wish death upon you and your line. Oh my god, the last time I said it was back here. Oh... More and more as I play this, it feels like I am wrestling the game to function. Why would you walk forward when I didn't press the key? This is gonna be the worst video I've ever made. I can't put this out. New strat, we're saving before every single jump. Because if I fall in the goo again with no save, I'm going to throw my computer out of my window. You are barely making it every time. Oh my god, why do you do the little forward run after each jump? Are your boots not grippy enough? I'm so happy. Oh god, I'm gonna have to blow up the ship, aren't I? Oh my god! I am shocked and astounded I didn't fall into the goo there. Oh! Didn't even get a cool music key. They couldn't even give me that much. Back down we go. Each drop more treacherous than the last. Why is that how it's set up? The blind jumps are so awful. Not even blind jumps, that's the wrong term. It's just that I don't know where I'm going to land every time I press the button. The jumps seem to be variable and based on the whims of the engine. That went in completely the other direction that I was pointing. I'm spluttering and stuttering. I'm so angry. Face him right there and then jump. Oh! I swear to you, on the graves of my ancestors, that I pressed space. I haven't spoken in about 5 or 6 minutes now. I simply didn't feel like it anymore. So I assume I've just time-lapsed that little nightmare. Let's try and get across this. Please no more jumping after this. I'm begging you. I'm so sorry for criticizing the combat. Feels like I'm being punished by an abusive dad. Please throw all the goblins you want at me. I'll never do it again. I'm so upset about that speed up. I forget about it every time. Oh, I feel good. Yes, goblin. Yes. Okay, I take it back, please. More jumping, please. Right, the high ground seems like real bad news in this one. Give me a health potion. Come on, you know you want to.
Excellent.
Dude, it's like totally amazing what we just found. What is it? I don't know. Some goblin stuff. I think I'm beyond screams. I'm beyond anger. I'm in a new place now. Is this what purgatory is? Game, please! Is this a good place to be? I suppose it is, because I can loop back on myself in a weird way. Yeah, hurt me more. I deserve it. I've been bad. Do it. Do it harder. Where am I? Game I can't see! I'm just back here. What? What? Am I meant to open this in some way? Cyrus the Redguard is mostly forgotten as a character now, with Bethesda seemingly eager to gloss over its troubled period. But in Oblivion, a minor NPC called Malvolus, a sailor moored in the Imperial City, sings a snippet of a sea shanty that seems to reference him.
There once was a hardy young lad, a Redguard of courage and honor was he. Sail on, my Cyrus, sail.
Beautiful. Oh, and there's also a creation club thing for Skyrim where you can find his clothes or whatever. I'm gonna bring out the torch. Maybe that'll help.
Maybe this'll shed some light on the situation.
It hasn't, obviously. What was I expecting? Burn it, I don't know. Oh, hang on. Maybe I'm supposed to latch onto this. My little spider monkey paws.
Whip!
Oh, I'm good. That's the door at the very, very beginning of this dungeon, I'm pretty sure. You're not gonna make me walk all the way back, are you? This is low. A curse! A curse on Todd Howard's head! Don't step forward, you prick! Oh, how the hell am I gonna get back up here? I might have to fight my way through more goblins. I've been recording for 3 hours.
I can't use this by itself.
Just ignore them. Jump. Oh! That's the way. That's the way I like it. Are we back at this nightmare hole? Or is this a different nightmare thing? I don't know what to do with you. I tried hurting you and it didn't work. This looks familiar. There's corpses. It must be.
A potion of iron skin.
This was the dead body. Oh, we're nearly back. We're nearly there. Hang on. No. No, please. I don't know how to get back. Did I miss something? Please don't do this. I'm so close. Please don't do this. Am I in the ground?
I can't use this by itself.
Oh my god! What am I... it was a teleporter. Figured it out eventually. This looks like something breakable.
I wonder what's in there.
Break it down.
I wonder what's in there.
That doesn't appear to work. Do I have an explosive or a grenade? No. So I guess we're leaving. Maybe I meant to hike something up there. That feels like a secret that I'm not interested. I'm back! That was the gate that we couldn't get to at the very beginning. I've never been happier. What do you want from me in here? This has got to be close to the end of this dungeon. This is the first dungeon. I have been here for about 2 hours. More mushos. Okay, good. Love mushrooms. Oh, and those ones pop, I think. And some gold. What, is that a mushroom over there? That doesn't look like a mushroom. It looks like a very angry man, if I were to guess. Hang on. I'm worried all of a sudden. Hello, friend. Oh, that doesn't sound like a friendly noise, does it? I never knew what you were. Can I search your corpse? What the hell is that? Can I bounce on you? You're the bounce-em-ups, right? Ooh, that's a spike trap! I saw it too late. I think this started out as a normal video, but at a... Oh my god, you get back up. I'm so upset. Just run past him. I don't even want to acknowledge him. Jump. That's mushrooms, baby! Oh my god, I don't have to do a jumping puzzle, do I? Jesus Christ! That's tough. It would help if I had even an inkling of where I was going, I suppose. Oh my god, I've somehow managed to latch onto something. That's incredible. That was only my 3rd or 4th try if I've got those out. It's another angry man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to run past this one. It looks like you're made out of moss. You're not a troll, are you? The Elder Scrolls trolls have always had a very distinctive look. They look kind of like this. They have the like multiple eyes going on. The noise is very not troll-like. And if they're going sort of D&D mode, then it makes sense that they would get back up. Because that's what trolls do. Oh, Jesus Christ, where am I? I can feel myself starting to, like, panic slightly. Like, I don't know how much more of this I can take, to be frank. There's a door down there, is that anything? Past another troll, is that where I'm meant to go? I'd rather not. Woo. This doesn't feel like the right thing to do. Oh! Oh, there's a health potion that I landed on. Maybe it was the right thing to do. Still doesn't feel great. I don't want to fight the troll if I can help it, so I'm going to walk around him. They don't seem to have great vision despite having multiple eyes. God, I'm good. There's a trap! And more torches and more places where I can see through the world! Bethesda! Oh god, there's another one! Okay, well you don't seem avoidable, unfortunately. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, you're very spooky. My god, you hurt. A wheel! What does that do? This is the 2nd big wheel I found. Get out of this room before he comes back to life. There's another one there. Oh my god, I forgot about the spike trap. It drained! Oh, and there's ledges and stuff. I'm meant to go down into the drained acid river. There's still probably the memory of goo in there. It'll hurt. My boots are going to be ruined by this. Boots in the medieval era weren't great anyway. They had no support to them. They were basically leather socks. A man? Something that isn't trying to kill me or dissolve me.
The bone of some large beast.
What, like a flute? What am I supposed to do with a bone? What do you want from me? Oh, it's so dark. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope Cyrus stays dead. My canonical Cyrus does not live past this. I have been recording for about 3 hours. It is currently 11:30 at night, because this is the time I had to record today. This was meant to be in and out. It was going to be a quick little fun time with an adventure game. I like adventure games. Elder Scrolls game. I love Elder Scrolls. What could go wrong? This didn't get terrible reviews. I have lost a year of lifespan playing this game. I have rarely been as angry and miserable as I have throughout this entire experience. If you enjoyed this game, you're wrong. Oh, God. Oh. I just can't take any more, especially when I'm getting sleepy. I'll end up walking into the sea. Even with editing, I don't know how I'm going to salvage this. The controls are abysmal. The combat is incredibly tedious. The platforming. My god, the platforming. The level design. Everything's the same color if it's not acid. Even my character blends into some of the walls. The thing it has going for it, I will say, is the story, the writing and the acting. I think all of that's pretty good. I like the art design as well when it's not in a cave. There's some good stuff about this game. There is something to enjoy. If it wasn't for the dungeon, if it was just more mystery and solving things and talking to people, maybe I would have enjoyed myself. But my god, I cannot look past this. I fundamentally don't know if I agree with the action-adventure as a genre. I like adventure games, I like action games. I genuinely don't know if the two should ever mix, because adventure games, by and large, have very, very basic, clunky controls that do not lend themselves well to fast-paced combat mechanics or platforming, and this is full of them, and every action-adventure is. Maybe I'll play Tomb Raider for this channel at some point, an example of a good one. Actually, you know what? No, I played a game recently on this channel called Dark Earth, and that game rocked. And that's an action adventure. They can be done well, just very infrequently. If you did enjoy this video, thank you. I don't know why. This is easily the worst video I've produced in a while. You can find plenty of other videos that are better than this one on my channel. There'll be one recommended for you at the end of this video. It'll be a lovely time. You can like, you can subscribe, you can comment. Tell me why I'm an idiot and why this game is good. You can even become a member where I'll put up a very occasional extra videos. You know, small ones, little bite-sized videos. What else are you gonna do with €1? That's how much it costs. I stream on Twitch, so you can go find me there, unedited. It'll be a misery. My Twitch analytics are dire, but go follow me there anyway. Sorry, I'm in a very off-putting mood right now. This game has broken me. This is not as smooth as my usual outros. Regardless of what you do, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you around for the next one. I hope bad things happen to the people who made this.